So I have this. It's not a mechanic. It's a mechanic. Okay. So the mechanic is the idea is the amount of magical energy that a particular human soul can produce to then use for their magic tends to correlate with how much they kind of like want to see change in the universe. Magic itself is the mind interfacing with the universe, changing it in some small way, often with not a lot of energy. So people who want to see a lot of change in the universe, have some drive, tend to have quite a bit more. People who are like, well, the status quo is just fine with me, tend to have a fair bit less. So it's generally understood within the setting because, people have been measuring this for a while. It is generally known that men tend to have a certain amount, women tend to have either a fair bit less or quite a bit more. And non-binary and trans people tend to have a fair bit more than that. Similarly, you can see correlations with those, from the most dominant socioeconomic group in a particular area. Because magic is the universe responding to your intrinsic longing for change. If the status quo has been working for you for a while, you tend to have less magical ability because the universe is responding to you less. It's fine, you can do some, proper training or sing an I Want song, both will work. I want the world, I want the whole world, not that one. This also goes for facades. If you're pretending to be something that you're not, your mana level goes way down. However, if you fully understand and being entirely true to yourself, your mana is able to flow easier, even perfectly. Those who have actually had a good hard look at themselves and figured out who it is that they are, who it is that they want to be, and those who are just generally looking to rage against the machine tend to be higher, and those who happen to be at the confluence of various forms of intersection or disenfranchisement will often have a much easier time kind of interfacing with the universe. But why am I doing this other than, introducing this mechanic, other than, acknowledging intersectional oppression and so on? I love the idea of a fear of the weak. I love it. We can't let the disenfranchised get enfranchised. What if they give us what we've got coming to us? You have to convince them that actually being oppressed is good and they should just stick where they're at. Contentment. It's contentment with the way things are, with our boot firmly on their neck. Are those ones over there, they're looking to rage against the machine a little bit. We need to come down on that hard. Experimenting with identity, are you? Not on my watch. But for the narrative, for the actual world itself, this gives what I feel to be the correct amount of, people who already having power, looking down and being kind of worried about the people beneath them. It also gives us opportunity for our main characters, our protagonists, to learn relatively quickly and become a threat within the course of, a natural kind of series progression, right? It cultivates the right kind of environment to take, the poor little orphan hero that ultimately gains the power to overthrow the terrible regime, sort of a thing. Although Discord has been quite good at that as well. Should I have Discord in this universe?